Where's the damn
Danny
kicker?
Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Honey, we're home, right where we belong, where we're supposed to be, playing with you on the radio for the next couple hours, you lucky bastards. Yes, unfiltered, no rules. We put the FU in fun, people. It is show number 61, live from the Denny Radio Studios in the basement of my condo. We're bringing it. We're bringing it to you for the next couple of hours. DennyRadio Sports More is brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. And if you want to play along today on the show, we love it when you do because it makes for a better show. So what do you say, people? Do your part today. That lovely phone number is 877-909-1007. Call or text. Operators are standing by. And by operators, I mean Hollywood. All right, I don't know if you heard this or not, but four famous psychics, that's psychics, have predicted the world will come to an end at the end of this year. Yeah, they're not saying, 2030, whatever. No, they're saying the end of 2025. And you know what? I smell an opportunity to make some money.
Four famous psychics have predicted the end of the world at the end of the year. That's why we've opened the End of the World at the End of the Year store, where you can get all of your apocalyptic and last New Year's Eve you'll ever know novelty items, like Judgment Day jerseys, all sizes, Final Destination baseball hats, coffee mugs that say, good to the last day of my life, and don't forget your last time I ever checklist, and so much more at the End of the World at the End of the Year store. Psychics predicted it, so it must be true. Hurry before it's too late. Once it's gone, it's gone. You're gone. We're all gone. Everything's gone. All sales final.
Let's say howdy doody to the producer of the show. It is Chris.
Hollywood.
What's happening, my man? How's your day going? It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, I've been stuck in the dungeon today, so not really getting all of the sunlight in the
What do you mean?
weather.
What, you're in the station in the production room and doing production?
No
and all that
windows,
stuff?
no windows, no sunlight, just
I love it.
artificial lighting. So
I love it. No, that's
got a little allergy thing going on, but we're fighting through.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday you weren't feeling well, so are you gonna contribute a little more today? Because quite honestly, you were a little subpar.
I slept yesterday. Okay,
You kind of took yesterday off, kind of mentally. No, I'm kidding you, dude.
I'll do better. I got you. I promise.
Good, because today, there's a whole lot. There's not a lot going on in sports.
No, it's a
We're
slow
talking
day.
about Justin Fields' possible injury or whatever that was in Sports Center. It is, and they're still talking about Aaron and the Steelers. It's a lame sports day. I didn't have a chance to watch Get Up or any of First Take. I kind of like to peep out 5 minutes of that or McAfee. So I don't even know what they're talking about, but I can tell you, there's not a lot going on.
No.
I mean, how many times can you say Caitlin Clark is injured and Indiana signed a couple of guards? Who cares? I mean, it's like, what? How do we do a show with that?
Get Up today was all about where Giannis will go. What else? Yeah, New York. Who New York should add to their team? Blah blah blah. Are the Cowboys going to be contenders? It's one of those days. So we'll find a lot of more stuff to get to today.
Yeah, let's hope so. Because we got 5 people watching right now on Facebook Live, which is brought to you by Bakery Unlimited, the official sponsor of our Facebook Live. 2 locations. They're on Secor Road and right there north of the Toledo Clinic, Sylvania Ave, in the Saxon Square Plaza. And if time permits, Chris, I'm going to stop by on my way into the station on Thursday, and I'm going to pick you up a classic glazed donut.
Okay.
There you go. What's your backup in case they don't, if they're all sold out? Because they make their donuts and then people buy them up, and then sometimes they're out.
Is it a Persian donut? The one that kind of looks like a cinnamon roll?
I don't know, but they have like a glazed cinnamon roll. You want one of those?
Yeah, I'll try that out.
All right. Apple fritter is my go-to. That's what I go to.
I like apple fritters. I'm not a big donut guy, but I'll take an apple fritter.
Oh, man, apple fritter with some coffee, sitting out on the catio with the sun coming up and the cats trying to get at the birds through the screen. And not get any better than that, my man. Problem is I got to do the remote at Yark. Come by and see me. I know you won't. 2 to 4 on Thursday. That's our last show of the week, by the way. We're not on Friday.
Yeah, we're off.
You're taking the day off. Anyway, because
disco party tickets, because you won't see us.
Hey, we have 2 tables left for the disco party, by the way. 2 and 23 general admission tickets. That's it. So let's sell that puppy out and let's help more veterans. Go to Denny Radio on Facebook. Boom, it's pinned right to the top. Buy it up, people. And they're already saying it was 91% rain on Friday. Now they're saying 60%.
Okay. I'll take that.
So, yeah, I just hope the weather dudes are wrong. Going to be in the 70s, which is perfect disco party weather. So it's rain or shine. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be spinning. I might be all by myself. Anywho, and then I couldn't have a friggin' apple fritter because, first off, they're huge. And I would have such a sugar buzz when I'm doing my remote, I wouldn't be able to control myself. It's hard enough as it is with my ADD. And then you throw in, the hyperactivity. And then, you spike the hell out of your blood sugar.
Yeah. All of those together will cause for a very interesting day over at Yark.
So that'll be Thursday. But we got to deal with Tuesday, a lame, slow sports day. We don't have NHL. We don't have NBA, unless you want to talk about Giannis, which I don't. Do you want to talk about LeBron? I don't. LeBron, there was actually a story today on one of my feeds. LeBron James was on some podcast, and he was warning parents to not have their kids focus on one sport. You should let them focus on other stuff because he played football too. It just wasn't all basketball. And you're at risk of kids being burnt out.
I agree to an extent.
No, I do too. But I mean, that's the sports story from LeBron James today. He's giving parental advice.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dad. LeBron is done with basketball for the most part. Like, championships probably are far gone. He got lucky with the bubble.
So is he the greatest, basketball NBA player of all time?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's another one. That's another go-to for people when they don't have content, when it's a slow sports day.
Jordan versus LeBron.
Jordan versus LeBron. What do you say? 877-909-1007. You know what? I in all my years, and I was a young lad when I saw him play, I never saw anybody dominate a game like Wilt Chamberlain.
That wasn't fair, though.
What do you mean it wasn't fair? And don't say, well, it was a different era and everybody was shorter. The dude was, 7'1", and he was an athlete? And he got all those girls.
Yeah, we got a call, but we'll get to that right after this. All
right, let's go to the phones, man. We got a phone call. Wow, that's pretty awesome. In the first 8 minutes of the show. Hello there. You're on 100.7 The Ticket. Who is this?
You sounded bored and whiny, Denny, so I figured I would call in nice and early to perk you up. It's Roy.
This is who?
It's Roy.
Hi, Roy. What's on your mind, my man?
You say it's a slow sports day. How can it be a slow sports day when every part of the Detroit Tigers farm system, including the Detroit Tigers, have a winning record, and some are in first place and killing it? That's not a slow sports day. That's a beautiful sports day.
I'll give you that. Tigers are red hot, and we're going to get to that. That is part of our content. But can you talk 2 hours about that, my man?
When our last World Series was 1984, you betcha we could.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we couldn't. But no, I'm excited about the Tigers, and the Mud Hens are playing very, very well. We'll see what they do as they kick off their series in Columbus. Let's hope they can keep the party going. I don't follow any other minor league teams. Do they have the Grand Rapids Griffins? Are they part of the Tigers?
No, that's part of the Red Wings.
Oh, yeah. What's the Grand Rapids baseball team? There's a Grand Rapids team. Griffins is hockey, right?
Yeah, they have the Red Wings have those guys. They have the Lakeland Flyers, of which I'm wearing my Lakeland Flyers T-shirt today. That's single A. Double A is Columbus or Akron. Double A is I'm drawing a blank. It's
you got 2 hours to kill, dude. You got to talk more than this.
You got to know.
You can't draw blanks. You can or
There's
shoot
only
blanks.
7 teams to a farm system. As long as the AA stays in the AAA and AAA stays in pros, we have a good season ahead of us.
Yeah, we do, and it's exciting to see. Detroit. I didn't want to get excited in April, but damn, it's June, and I'm excited. They're the first MLB team to get 40 wins. The first one. I mean, that's pretty darn exciting. And if they can keep hitting the ball, I think they got enough pitching to where they could win the division, and who knows what they could do in the playoffs. Because I don't see, at least in the American League, I'm not seeing anybody dominating like we've seen in the past.
This is true. I have a question for you. Do you think Tariq Skubal is worth $300 to $400 million with the current Tigers we have now and the arms that we have in our farm system? I say yes, and I hearken back to Verlander day. They just didn't fill in Verlander's pitching staff like ours seems to be getting to.
Right. Right. No, you pay him whatever the market says to pay him, and you keep him, because that's the only way you're going to freaking compete. I'm tired of Tigers being cheap. When Old Man Ilitch was around, he wasn't cheap, which is why the Tigers, were competitive in the early 2000s. But the son, he's cheap, and they need to hold on to Skubal, because I don't want to see him in a Houston or a Boston or any other freaking uniform.
Right. And I look at it this way. I mean, Ilitch spent the money on both teams, and it was successful. Where the Tigers went wrong is they picked some Cleveland Indians who were old and past their prime, still hittable and hitting, but they didn't fill in all the bats that they needed to. And Maglio was basically Maglio and Miggy were the only two that you could count on. So I think with all the different positional players they have, with Colt and everybody, I think they have the mechanisms of being a true team, 1 through 9.
Yeah, they blew their entire wad on Miggy. They had nothing left for anybody decent around them. So, all right, Roy, thank you. You killed about 4.5 minutes there. Good job. Call us back and let us know what you're going to do for the next 2 hours, because you got a ways to go.
It's 80 degrees. I'm having a beer and taking a nap.
Nice. Good for you. All right. Hopefully we don't put you to sleep. Thanks for calling the show. Have a nice day.
Appreciate it, Roy. We got another call, too.
Oh, man, this is crazy. It's 2 for Tuesday. Let's go to the phones. 100.7 The Ticket. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Slim. This is Slim, Denny Schaefer. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, Slim. What can I do for you?
All right. I got a comment, I got a statement, kind of both. One, I agree with what you were saying about Wilt Chamberlain and stuff. Great athlete. I don't know how many people know that's not older like me that this dude was a track star, played for the Harlem Globetrotters. At one time, he was the number 1 ranked volleyball player in the world. So that says something right there about his athleticism. And then secondly, with this Michael and LeBron thing and this and that, everybody can debate, different airs, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you something. I always say, why not Kareem? Kareem never lost a game in high school, never lost a game in college. He has as many rings as Mike, and he has 5 MVPs. So why isn't Kareem the GOAT? And they changed the rules for this dude, just like they did Wilt, widening the lane. You can't dunk. And that says a whole lot when a sport makes rules to address your dominance.
Listen,
that being said, that's all I got right now. I'll probably hit you back.
All right, thanks.
One more thing. Tigers is doing great. I rock with Red Sox Nation. We'll be catching up with you guys and stuff, man. I live here in Toledo, but I've been with the Red Sox since Carl Yastrzemski and those guys was playing and stuff, man. And you have a good day. Chris Hollywood, what's up with you, my man?
What's going on?
All right, you guys. Thanks for the show, man. I listen to you guys almost every afternoon.
My man.
Thanks, Slim. Appreciate you, my man. I love it. All right, have a good day. Got to go. And I was going to bring it right around to the second most dominant NBA player I have ever seen is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean,
I'll put Kareem up there.
I would too. But Chamberlain, here's the thing. If Chamberlain were around today with his strength and his athleticism, he would have made more money than all of them. He was so freaking dominant, man. I'm telling you, go to YouTube and look at
I've seen Wilt Chamberlain, man. He was playing against me.
Dude,
the white version of me. A bunch of 5'11", white guys.
Wait a minute, did you not see Wilt Chamberlain and Lou Alcindor play before Lou Alcindor became Kareem?
And what happened?
Well, Lou Alcindor, he held his own, but I believe the Lakers won that world championship.
Oh, I guess. Let's agree to disagree.
Of course, they had Jerry West, back then. So anyway, but I'm just saying, and we weren't.
The centers were like 6'4".
Who is?
I said the centers were like 6'4".
Yeah, that's true. They dominated.
130.
Yeah, 130 pounds. I love it. All right, so Roy, we weren't, whining. We were just pointing out the fact that it's kind of a slow sports news day. Yeah. That's what we were talking about. I mean, listen, I love talking about the Tigers, but I'm not sure Tigers until they're in the playoffs or till something crazy starts happening is something you want to, devote an entire hour to your radio show. You know what I mean?
That would be a deep dive breakdown right there. I mean, hit by hit.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, I'm going to get to them because I'm very excited about them. And, I'm looking to buy more Tigers gear. Of course, I'm wearing my Lions gear right now. Anyway.
And they beat the White Sox. Like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, beat them. They beat them down, man. Can't say redheaded stepchild anymore. So you just got to say it was a beat down. I mean, if you're a Chicago White Sox fan, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like rooting for those people.
They just plain sucked.
They do.
I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
They were the suckiest bunch of sucks that have ever sucked. Anyway, we'll get to that. You know where I'm starting today, though?
How you feeling?
Besides just, winging it for the first to kill a segment. We got to talk about what happened last night, and I'm a little concerned about what I saw and what it means. Let's see. I reached out to Jordan. Jordan Strachey is not.
He's probably traveling.
Not responded yet. Well, I just texted him. I said, "Hey, dude, tough loss last night. Was wondering when you're leaving for Canada. So who knows? Maybe they already left because they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's probably in a plane or on the way to the airport or whatever. Or unless they're like, hey, it's too expensive to fly, so here's gas money.
No, that's a long drive. That's a tough drive.
Yeah, 600 and some odd miles, something like that, like 11 hours to Canadian, all those Canadian geese pooping on your windshield. Nobody wants that. So I'm a little concerned about the walleye. Now, listen, I'm not hitting the panic button. I'm concerned. Panic button is, okay, Trois Rivières has figured him out, and we're in trouble. Toledo's going to lose the next 3 in Canada, and they're not coming home. Well, they are, but they're coming home losers. That would be hitting the panic button. And Wednesday will say it all. Wednesday, that's going to be the game. I'm going to make the prediction right now. Whoever wins Wednesday wins this series. Bam!
They got to steal one.
Mark it down.
Yeah. It has to come back home. So unless they win all 3, but I don't see them winning all 3, especially after last night. That's a good team.
Dude, they knocked Toledo completely out of any offensive rhythm at all. Toledo just looked out of sync at times, and that bothers me. But then Toledo shooting themselves in the foot with stupid penalties.
Yeah. But it wasn't even the power play that killed them for real. They looked better last night.
Well, I have to question. Bednar played really well on Saturday. Why are you still going back and forth?
Coaching.
Sometimes. Well, this is what got us here. Well, okay, you're there now. Now you ride the guy who's hot. If Bednar wins Wednesday, Bednar should start the next game as well.
Yeah. Unless he's looking at this being a long, drawn-out series. You couldn't drop game 2, though. That was an important one. That guarantees that even if everything goes bad on the road, you get a game 6. Now, especially after 5-1, looks a little scary, but dude, I still believe. I believe.
I do too, but That's what I'm saying. Wednesday is the game. If the Walleye don't win Wednesday, they're in trouble. All right, Nurse Terry, happy Tuesday. I'm tired after watching the Walleye lose. Sad face emoji. Yeah, I stayed up and watched the whole damn thing. Sharon was out. She is binge watching Cheers, and
she's really still doing that.
Yeah, because of Norm. She started watching them again, and she goes, "These shows are so funny," and they are. And so she goes, "What's the score?" I'm like, "You don't want to know," because I'm in the bedroom. Because it was ugly, 5-1. I mean, I didn't expect that. And when they went up 1-0, and then Spezia tied the game, and I'm like, okay, that's what they did Saturday night. And then it was like goal, 5-1. Good night, everybody. I actually switched over at the end of the game to watch Sisters Act from 1992 with Whoopi Goldberg, who hit on me at a Mardi Gras party in New Orleans in the 90s. And I'm watching that thing, and I'm cracking up. That was a pretty funny, because I had TNT still on one of my recent channels because of the basketball. So they were running Sister Act. So I'm like, well, the Walleye suck. So I switched over to watch the segment of that. Anyway, that's how desperate I am for sports, because the Tigers had already won. That was an ass whooping.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow until Thursday. It'll be a little slow.
Well,
we got another call, though. I don't know what's going on today.
Man, listeners are picking up the pace. Let's go to the phone. Hello, 100.7 The Ticket. Who am I talking to?
Hi, it's Nurse Terry. Hey,
Hello, Terry.
I just want to make a comment on the Walleye. So my observance, I've been watching hockey for a long time, since the Gold Digger days when I was young. And so I've learned a lot about hockey. I'm not a coach. I've never played the sport. But what I don't understand what they do, the Walleye, is they will dump the puck in the zone, their offensive zone, but then they don't go after it. It's like Trois Rivières gets it. And I'm like, okay, isn't the point when you're dumping it in, you're to get the puck? Like, I'm confused.
A lot of times, Terry, when they dump the puck into the other team's zone, which would be their offensive zone, they're doing a line change. So they're getting guys off and getting guys on. That's why a lot of times they do it.
Yeah, but I see them doing more line changing than I do the other team. And sometimes when I think you're skating that puck up ice, or you have the opportunity to take it in, do it. You know what I mean? Hold off on the line change and try and score. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Like I said, I observe things differently. And then I think when they're on the power play, I understand they're trying to set up a perfect shot, but sometimes it's like you just got to take the shot, and you never know it's going to go in. You know what I mean? Like, I think they miss opportunities, and I'm like, just shoot the puck. I don't know. I just see.
That's right there. The voice you're listening to is the frustration of a Walleye fan that got disappointed because of last night's ass whooping.
I agree with Nurse Theory, though.
I do too. She makes some great points. She's right. It's like, how many times Toledo hasn't been in this position before? Since, in 6 years, you got an opportunity. Yeah. You have home ice advantage. Yeah. This is a once in a lifetime deal. If you got to take steroids to get yourself juiced up to play, then take them. You got to shoot.
And here's another thing: they need to stick with the goalie who's hot, and it was Bednar. Do not. I agree with you 1,000% on that. Don't be switching. Why are you doing that? Anyway.
There you go. All right, Terry. Hopefully you feel better.
Yes, I'm tired. I need to walk and then probably take a nap. I don't know. I'm tired.
Right. I'm tired. You do that. All right. Thanks for checking in. You too. Bye-bye.
Nurse Terry. Bye.
Look at that, talking hockey with Nurse Terry.
Nurse Terry, look at that. Our hockey correspondent. Jordan ain't got nothing on.
Yeah, we don't. Jordan, we don't need you anymore. We got Nurse Terry. She's bringing it. I mean, she made some really good points.
Yeah. I mean, I felt nervous during pregame. I saw the walk-in videos the Walleye were posting, and a little cringy pregame stuff, and I was like, this doesn't look like a team that's focused. And
right. They took game one for granted that they won it, and it's like, and this team, let's hope that the Lions from Menage a Trois, Canada, they haven't figured them out. So let's hope not.
They don't look soft either.
No, they're strong. They're big. I'm interested to see Wednesday night, see what kind of crowd they get up there in Canada. because
hopefully some fans go. I doubt it.
They're not beloved like 8,600. Okay, the arena you said holds what? A little over 4,000.
4,000, yeah.
4,000. And the average attendance for the playoffs has been just over 2,000. So what does that tell you?
About half, yeah.
That's terrible. And let's hope so, because that's got to play on the psyche of the home team. If you look up there and you see empty seats by the hundreds, that's got to hurt your psyche.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, well, we're in the Kelly Cup finals. Where are you people?
Yeah. And especially when you're coming to Toledo, you see the packed house. I mean, right now, I'm looking at their tickets. There's front row seats available where you can't even get a game for Game 6 if the Walleye come back home. So the fan base,
you need when they come back home.
When they can win 3 straight, and we'll come back for a parade.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too, but yeah, I don't see that happening, dude. Whoever wins Wednesday is going to win the series, just like I said with the was it Cleveland New York series?
Yeah, Game 3 and 5 are always important, especially 1-1, 2-2 scenarios. So
yeah, there you go. I just felt bad for the 8,600 fans that were there, and then Tyler Spezia says, unfortunately, at home, to lay an egg like that, it kind of sucks for the fans. Yeah. That's just not the brand of Walleye hockey that we're used to playing. Okay, that's why I'm just hoping it was just a bad night.
And that's normal.
But the good thing about the playoffs is it's just one game. We'll reset and hit the road. I don't know why we got sloppy tonight, but we did, Walleye coach Pat Mickish said. Well, you're the coach. What adjustments did you make between periods?
Yeah.
I don't know why we got sloppy tonight. Well, you're the coach. You should know why they got sloppy because you're the coach. I don't want to be overly critical here, but, anytime we started to get momentum, we took it away from ourselves. Well, yeah, stupid penalties. That didn't help.
And it's a quick turnaround. Today they're traveling. They're probably there by now. If they were smart, they left, early this morning?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard back from Jordan. I suppose I will at some point, but if he's in the air, we won't. It's tough. They're playing Wednesday, then they're playing Friday, and then they're playing Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. No breaks. No breaks.
Yeah, let's hope. And then hopefully they're back on Tuesday the 10th. Playing at the Huntington Center, and that'll sell out like a friggin' minute and a half.
It's already sold out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Then let's just not even say it. I'm not even going to say it. I'm trying to make me to say it. Anyway, all right, let's get to our first break, and then we're going to come back, and we'll finish up on this, and text and phone calls, 877-909-1007. You are listening to Denny Radio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
You into some metal? Well, good news. Online Metals is right here in Toledo. They're a giant super center for metals with steel, copper, aluminum, and more. They've got big saws with huge pieces of metal in stock, which they'll cut to your exact size. Their metal is new and high grade, all of it from top-tier mills. To order, go to onlinemetals.com and pick up your order the next day. Cuts and metal certifications are free, and you don't even have to tip. Onlinemetals.com, your Toledo Metal Super Center.
Homeowners, Denny Schaefer here. Elevate the look and feel of your outdoor living with Lynx Concrete Coatings. Porches, patios, pool surroundings come to life with their Designer Flake series. Experience the difference. Schedule your free estimate now at lynxconcretecoatings.com.
Get ready, race fans. There's high-speed open-wheel action at Toledo Speedway this Saturday, June 7th. Don't miss the All-American Coach Open Wheel Special featuring the 500 Sprint Car Tour and the Wild Midwest Modifieds. Get your tickets now at ToledoSpeedway.com.
Hey everyone, it's AJ from St. Mary's Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats does and cares. With all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in, we care about our quality. We're located just west of Secor Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, we're killing it and you're grilling it.
The only 3 words you need to know. Alan Miller Jewelers.
If she wants diamonds, you want Alan Miller Jewelers at Navarre and Coy in Oregon. Alan Miller here to tell you about our bigger, brighter, beautiful Starfire man-made diamonds at Alan Miller Jewelers. Some say they have the largest selection. Some say they have the lowest prices.
Grandpa, you have a huge selection of diamonds and your prices are so low.
Jacob, my prices are so low, I can't even say it on the radio. You must come in and see for yourself. You won't believe the selection and prices.
Grandpa, how do you do it?
Well, Jacob, I am the king of diamonds. For the right diamond at the right price, come see me, Alan Miller. Whether it's a Starfire man-made diamond, an earth-grown diamond, or a loose diamond, we have it all at Alan Miller Jewelers.
The only 3 words you need to know. Alan Miller Jewelers.
Planning either a party or a summer bash? Our amazing party rentals has bounce houses, slides, games, tables, chairs, and more. Visit this station's site right now to get 2 $100 gift certificates for our amazing party rentals for the price of 1. And let's make your party amazing.
For the past 2 decades, KNR has proudly supported Ohio families and stood by them in their moments of need. When life takes an unexpected turn, there's one thing that's remained the same. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Denny Schaefer.
Have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
He's an idiot.
DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Once or twice. Hey, welcome back, boys and girls. DennyRadio Sports and More, brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. 877-909-1007. Couple of texts coming in. Barry's listening. He says the Tigers AA team is the Erie Sea Wolves. And then Pittsburgh Rick says the Grand Rapids team is the Whitecaps, and they're part of the Tigers organization. So there you go. I wonder what that was. And let's see. Superfan Nurse Terry. Hockey and football are my jam because I gave her a nice job on the air today. Well, I'll tell you what, me and Andre were chatting earlier. I cheated on you. I had a phone call. Me and Andre were chatting it up today, and I said to him, I said, listen, dude, you know, we've had a really good start to this 4-hour block with us from 2 to 4, and then Black and White Sports 4 to 6. I said, we've had a really good start. We're out of the blocks really well. I said, it's going to be this fall when football starts and people want to talk about football and they're hungry for football and they want local voices talking about football and our teams. Guess where they're coming? They're coming to ESPN Radio 100.7 The Ticket so they can hear us into, you know, Black and White Sports. Boom. That's a winning combo right there, man, because we are going to be, I mean, when football starts, it's going to be college and pro. I mean, that's it. And throw in a little golf, maybe, you know, if there's anything going on there, not a whole lot. I mean, baseball playoffs, of course, you know, whatever. But for the most part, I have such a passion for football. That's why when Ragnow yesterday, when he abruptly puts it on Instagram, quits the quitter at 29. 29!
Yeah, he's younger than me. My body is still fine.
I know. Look at you. You ever have a fractured throat, though?
No.
He had a fractured
luckily,
throat.
I've only sprained the MCL, ACL, but I've never had a broken bone. I had a broken nose once, but that wasn't bad.
Yeah, broken throat. A fractured throat. It happened. I think it was the Bears or the Packers.
Yeah, that's
those bastards. And
seems painful.
Dude, he couldn't talk, so he couldn't call out the signals. So the guard, his right guard next to him, had to call out all the blocking signals because he couldn't make any. He kept playing. He finished the game.
He's a tough guy.
And then he took like 3 games off but his replacement, I don't know. They're talking, he's a big boy too. He's like 6'6", 330. I mean, he's a big man, but he's a freaking rookie.
Yeah, but the Lions lost a lot. Like, they won the Super Bowl and they didn't. Like, usually you get a ring, the coordinators leave.
Yeah.
You lose some stars. You got to draft well. And I trust our GM, but
I do too.
I'm nervous. This ain't a 15-win season. I'll tell everybody that now before we even get to September. Be patient.
Okay.
Be
All right,
patient.
Jordan Strack just got here. Let me know if you have any time when you're there because Toledo needs to hear from you on this radio show. LOL. Yeah. Let's see what
he's no Nurse Terry, but he does okay.
Yeah, let me go with that with a little wonky face. There you go. I like Jordan. He's a good dude.
Yeah, Jordan's the man.
Yeah, he is good. All right. Finishing up on the walleye. Anyway, the thing that really surprised me is how aggressive Trois Riviere was. 35-25 age in shots on goal. That concerned me. And then their coach, Ron Solis. I don't know how you say his name. It's some kind of Frenchy pronouncement. Shrillet. Whatever. Ron Pepe the Pew said his team was able to adjust to Toledo's speed and skill. We came in here in the first game, and they sort of caught us off guard with their speed and agility. They have an excellent club, but we adapted to that. We're a good skating team, too. We played more to our style. Well, they definitely did.
Yeah.
So Jordan just landed in Quebec. Wednesday night, game 3, and Friday, game 4, Saturday, game 5. Watch parties all over the place. Friday's watch party, not at Hensville, because that's where I'll be. Spinning the hits, baby.
Yeah, you'll have the game on though, right?
The game will be on Fifth Third Field. I'll be able to see it from the stage. I'll be able to give updates.
Okay.
People will get a couple cocktails in them, they ain't gonna be caring about hockey. Okay. You're gonna be caring about the Den Man and what he's saying and what he's bringing to the table. And we're raising money for Little Blessings. It's gonna be awesome. I had a really cool opening, but it fell through. But I'm not going to say what it was because we're going to try to do it next year. If
there is a next year.
If, in fact.
So excited.
All right, I'm going to tell you because I don't know if I'm doing another one because I love the Friday night party from like 8 o'clock on when we start. It's the best. But everything up to that, especially the last month leading up to it, is such a giant pain in my ass at 66 years old. I got people calling me, hey, I'm having trouble with my tickets. Call the box office. The Mud Hens are handling the tickets. Or it's people like a buddy of mine says, hey, me and the wife decide we want to do a road trip Friday. You got a couple tickets for me? I'm like, now those I don't mind. I'm like, yeah, I'll hook you up. But,
one last hoorah. They're going to do the renovations over there. You might as well grace them with your final disco party.
Yeah,
go out with a bang.
Anyway, we were going to do a flash mob.
Yeah?
to start the party, but it fell through.
Were you supposed to pay them or they were just going to show up?
I was going to make No, I was going to make a donation.
Okay, that's cool.
To their place. Anyway, but it didn't work out. So you get me and we'll have fun.
Set list finalized. We all good there?
No, Olivia. So I sent her my set list. She looked it over and sent it back to me, and she scribbled out a bunch of changes. She's like, don't play this song as your second song. This song is too weak. Go with this one, and then move that one to over here.
Okay.
And then she's like, okay, Double Dutch Bus, fine if you want to play it, but play it later when people are drunk. Because she hates Double Dutch Bus. I'm like, I respond back with, give me a hoe if you got your funky bus fare. Hoe.
Man.
Sharon goes, you need to be training her up to taking this party over. I'm like, she's already taking it over.
Yeah.
She's already telling me what music to play.
Musical arrangements. Hey, man, let her score the show.
Here's the rule. And see if you agree, Chris, as a DJ. So I cut my teeth as a DJ in a disco nightclub from 1979 to like 81, 82. Okay. that's when I worked at a big club, and it was pretty awesome. We had a program director who was in charge of all the DJs. We had weekly meetings. You had to come in and practice during the day on your mixing. They would watch you and critique you. And then they would say, these are the things you need to work on. You need to be here tomorrow at like 3 p.m. when no one's in there, and they're there because they're managers. I mean, they took it really, really seriously.
That's
and
good.
we had a girl up there with us who ran the lights. She was known as the Light Girl from The Light. That was the name of the bar. And I always had a rule with my light girls, and it still stands today. Because Lenore will be down, and that's where I met her at the Light. She comes down. She runs the lights for the disco party. Here's my rule. You run the lights. I won't tell you how to run the lights. You run them how you want. You don't tell me what to play and when to play it. Okay? This is our rule. If we want to get along, I got to run that by my daughter.
Yeah.
Olivia, here's the deal. Every song I have in that playlist is a monster jam from the disco era.
Yeah.
Okay? Every one. All it is placement and flow. That's all it is. That's all you got. And then I'll sneak in something that they won't expect. Like It's Raining Men, the Weather Girls, even though that wasn't a disco record. People love that record.
Still a hit. Yeah.
They do. And we end the night with my son playing the harmonica and him and I up there, and he's singing Piano Man. Only because we started it when he taught himself how to do it. I thought, this would be a great way to end the disco party. And everybody's out on the dance floor, and they're all singing. Even though it wasn't a disco ballad, I could have went with Always and Forever by Heat Wave. I could have went with Reunited. But Josh playing the harmonica, as long as he remembers his damn harmonica, if he forgets it up in Ann Arbor, then we're got
to pivot.
I got to worry about that stress. He's supposed to be here at 3:00. We're going downtown, setting up my equipment. And he doesn't usually get up till 3:00. So that ought to be interesting.
I got to sign you up for Twitch so you can stream this.
Isn't it illegal because of the...
Not on Twitch.
Dude, I have a Twitch account, I think, because when he was doing all that gaming stuff, or when his robotics team was in the Nationals, we didn't go, but we watched it on Twitch. So I think I already have it.
Twitch, you can stream music. DJs use it. You can do TikTok. They're cool with DJs playing music. There's ways. And then just post it to your socials so I can see it. Honestly, it's for me. It's not for everyone else. So,
okay, dude, I have the Twitch app on my phone.
Yeah.
I got to re-download it, but I'm not going to. So I have to... Through Twitch, through my phone, I got to run it?
Just set up a tripod, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's a lot of work. Do I have to have an account?
Probably.
I mean, I think I used to. I don't know. I'll look at it. I mean, I'm sure, a lot of people record it and, I don't know. We'll figure something out, dude. I'm sure there'll be tons of stuff. All right, last couple of things on the Walleye. Toledo is 6-1-0 on the road. That's good news. We've been a good road team all the playoffs, Spieser says. Now we just got to go there and get the job done. Key stat, game 1 on Saturday. Walleye outshot the Lions 28-25 on Monday. They racked up 27 attempts on goal in the first 2 periods.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's
tough. History. And this, I don't like this stat. The winners of game 2 have gone on to win the Kelly Cup 24 out of 34 times when the finals have been a best-of-7 series. Across all ECHL playoff series, the winner of game 2 has a 186-83 series record. Yeah. So there you go, people. I hope that history doesn't repeat itself. All right, let's take a break. Then we're going to come back. I have an ass hat of the day, and you can bet on pretty much anything. I'll tell you what I'm talking about next right here on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer is Denny Radio on 100.7 The Ticket.
You know what makes a great time even better? Great deals. So when you're having a great time playing pool with your friends at Miss Q, keep this in mind. On Monday, get $1 off any tall draft. And on Tuesdays, all hot dogs and bottled beers are only $3. So grab some friends or even your family and head to Miss Q, where the fun just gets better. Find us on Reynolds near Glendale and Alexis near Telegraph, or online at MissQToledo.com.
The Legacy Golf Club offers a picturesque setting for your wedding ceremony or reception. Their indoor reception room has floor-to-ceiling windows that overlook their 18th hole pond and green, accommodating 200 guests indoors or 300 outdoors. Create your perfect wedding day at the Legacy Golf Club. Exquisite food, amazing service, and just a short drive away on U.S. Highway 223 in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Find out more at playlegacy.com.
Hi, it's Mookie at Northwood Jewelers. It's about more than just helping you find your perfect diamond. They're also there to help you maintain and take care of your jewelry after the sale. Got a loose diamond? They'll set it. Ring too tight or too loose? They'll size it. Broken chain? They'll fix it. Their expert in-house repair team handles it all. From cleaning and polishing to checking worn down prongs before you lose a stone. Because at Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale isn't just a saying, it's a promise.
The need for aerospace technicians is on the rise. If you're looking for an exciting technical career that can offer exceptional wages and job security at a fraction of the cost of a 4-year college program, then consider the Federal Aerospace Institute, an FAA-certified aircraft maintenance technician school located at the Eugene F. Krantz Toledo Express Airport. FAI will prepare you for a new and rewarding career path in the aerospace industry. In just 12 short months, you can earn your FAA certification as a licensed aircraft maintenance technician that can open the door to thousands of employment opportunities nationwide, and many companies offering immediate employment, sign-on bonuses, travel opportunities, advancements, and more. Ask us about our newly formed partnership with Owens Community College and the cost-effective way to obtain a 2-year Associate of Technical Studies degree. 4 classes are forming now, and class sizes are limited. Finance options are available for students and qualified military veterans. Visit us at federalaerospaceinstitute.com or give us a call to schedule your no-obligation tour. FAI, where futures take off.
Did you know Heather Downs Country Club is open to the public? It's not a private club. It's open to everyone. Heather Downs Country Club is a historic public golf course that's been a big part of Toledo for 100 years. New, improved, and under new ownership. Are you planning a golf outing? Heather Downs Country Club is the place. Perfect for fundraisers or memorials for someone who's passed on. Simply call 419-720-3394. 419-720-3394. Heather Downs Country Club.
Feeling run down? Discover Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, Perrysburg, in the shops at River Place. Our IV drips are a fast, effective, holistic way to deliver and absorb 100% of the nutrients straight into your bloodstream. Try the Glow Drip for anti-aging and the Immunity Armor Drip to boost your defenses. Ask about our membership club for exclusive specials. Visit PrimeIVHydration.com or call 419-614-6343. Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. Your path to better health starts here.
This is the NBA Finals.
99! Halliburton buries a bomb!
When you get to this point of the season, you know, it's 2 teams and it's 1 goal. It becomes an all or nothing thing.
Chase Gilgeous-Alexander burying a 3.
The Indiana Pacers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Finals.
Game 1 coverage begins Thursday night at 7:30. Tip-off is at 8:30 p.m. here on Toledo's home for the finals, 100.7, The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer.
You like movies about gladiators?
He's an idiot.
DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
I do. Welcome back. Making our way through hour 1, DennyRadio Sports and More. And if you're watching on Facebook, on the Tickets Facebook page, thank you. Brought to you by Bakery Unlimited. We appreciate that. Yummy goodness awaits you. Got a graduation. Man, they can personalize cakes and cookies and whatever you got going. BakeryUnlimited.com is the website. On Secor Road, also in Sylvania Saxon Square Plaza. All right, Chris, Hollywood, have you heard of Poly Market? Poly Market.
Not until today, no.
Okay, Poly Market is an American cryptocurrency-based prediction market headquartered in Manhattan, NYC. It launched 5 years ago. It offers a platform where investors can place bets on various future events, including economic indicators, weather patterns, awards, as well as political and legislative outcomes. Now, we know we live in an era now with, all the gambling sites right here on our phones, okay? You used to have a bookie. You'd have to call the dude. Listen, I remember when I used to be a member at Highland Meadows back when I was single, no kids, and money. So I was a member there for like 10 years. Anywho, and one of the guys I used to play golf with regularly, every single day at some point, his cell phone was out and he was talking to his bookie, putting bets down on games. I mean, that's the way it was done. Now, you got a phone or you want to take a little drive and go to Rossford, you're gambling.
Yeah.
But I never thought, I never thought in 2025 I would see this. You can bet through this poly market whether Jesus will return this year. Yeah, on poly market, you can buy a yes share for 3 cents. That's it. That's all you can bet. Well, you can buy 1 million shares if you want at 3 cents. Okay, as long as there's somebody willing to buy a matching no share, and that costs 95 cents. The volume for this bet is 513,000. And if Jesus returns sometime this year, yes shares will be worth $1 each, and no shares will be worth nothing. The downside, if he does return, you won't be able to spend your money. Because hopefully you'll be raptured and you won't be here. Just saying. Anyway, come on. I never saw that happening. Did you see that happening where you could bet if the Christ is going to return?
I mean, betting, yes, is kind of pointless. So,
yeah.
Hey.
All right, we were talking about this yesterday about the inside the NBA. They were doing all their boo-hooing, and I kind of thought it was funny only because the show's not really going away. Just this fall, it's going to be on ESPN. It's going to be the exact same people, and they're going to be at the exact same set. Will it look the same? No, they'll do different stuff, which is fine. But people are all worried about it. And then you found this story from Sports Illustrated over the weekend. We saw all the goodbyes and all that. And the word is that they're going to go hands off, that they're going to leave this show alone because that's the beauty of the show.
Yeah.
And they're using Pat McAfee as an example. McAfee, I haven't ever checked his ratings. Have you ever checked his ratings, McAfee?
No, but I can imagine they're pretty killer. I mean, he's killing most daytime TV talk shows.
All right, do me a favor. Google it while I'm going through this. Pat McAfee TV ratings. Because is he on noon to 2 every day?
Yep.
He's doing a noon to 2 every day, which you got to love that. Anyway, ESPN is licensing it from TNT starting next year. Same host, same sports staff, same pretty much everything. And according to a report from Michael McCarthy at Front Office Sports, the plan is for ESPN to stay away from interfering with what already works well. Now, they did that with McAfee, so they have a track record. I mean, the things that McAfee gets away with, at first, McAfee wasn't using any potty words. Now, there's potty words all the time on McAfee.
Yeah, they were dropping some bombs the first couple episodes, but they tried not to. But
yeah,
they slip out. 250,000 people tune in daily.
Okay, that's pretty strong.
It's not our numbers.
It's a television show on at noon.
On ESPN too. So if they move it to 1.
Monday through Friday. Isn't it sometime on 1? Isn't it sometimes on ESPN? I think it is. I don't think it's always on the Deuce. I could be
Those
wrong.
were just from 2, so I can only imagine what 1 were.
Yeah. So, and listen, if it wasn't getting ratings and making money, he wouldn't be on.
Yeah.
He would just be on local cable in Indianapolis. It'd be like BCSN, in Indy. Anyway, so yeah, I don't see ESPN would be really, really stupid if they mess with that show. All right, tell you what, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with the ass hat of the day. Did you not look around when you bought the house? I'll explain coming up. Hour 2, Denny Radio, Sports and More. Next on 100.7, The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, it's AJ from St. Mary's Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats does and cares. With all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in, we care about our quality. We're located just west of Secord Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, we're killing it and you're grilling it.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the Big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Get ready, Toledo, for monster trucks and freestyle motocross. Advanced tickets are available at monsterxtour.com. No ticket fees, or head over to this station site for your sweet deal and get a family 4-pack for just half the price. 2 big shows on Saturday, June 14th at Toledo Speedway.
When does a joke become a dad joke?
When
When it becomes a parent.
What do you got a story about a broken window?
What's that?
A draft.
Wow.
Okay, we may not be good at jokes, but at Renewal by Anderson, our exclusive acclaimed replacement windows are custom crafted and professionally installed with our signature service. Act now, because this deal is no joke.
You know what makes a great time even better? Great deals. So when you're having a great time playing pool with your friends at Miscue, keep this in mind. On Monday, get $1 off any tall draft. And on Tuesdays, all hot dogs and bottled beers are only $3. So grab some friends or even your family and head to Miscue, where the fun just gets better. Find us on Reynolds near Glendale and Alexis near Telegraph, or online at MiscueToledo.com.
Nobody brings the dunks and three-pointers like us.
Oh, my!
Catch the NBA on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Weather from the Jim White Toyota Weather Center. Great offers on new 2025 Toyotas arriving daily. Right car, right price, right now.
It'll be mostly sunny through the day today. Very warm. We'll have a high around 87 degrees. Quite a bit of smoke aloft into the atmosphere and some haze at the ground. For tonight, down to 70 degrees, partly cloudy and very warm. And for tomorrow, the hottest day of the year so far, 89 for the high, heat index in the lower 90s. By the time we get to the evening, showers and thunderstorms are a good possibility. And the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ross Ellett.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
We on? Okay, K. Jones, welcome to it. Afternoon style, black and white.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, brother.
Look.
Yes, sir.
Been tapped in since you was commentating boxing on the TV on BTSN, sir. Look.
Oh, man,
your
respect,
show is
brother.
Amazing. Your show is amazing. I like how we got Sadman on the show. Ski, Josh are all lit every day. Man, but look, I really wanted to call though.
ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Steelers are not expected to pursue a trade with Miami to get tight end Jonnu Smith. The Steelers plan to bring free agent Gabe Davis for a visit this week.
Smith is coming off a career year with the Dolphins, and he hopes to stay in Miami. Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud is not throwing at OTAs with shoulder soreness. Coach DeMeco Ryans says he has no concerns with Stroud. It's just a precaution. The NBA Finals start Thursday night with the Thunder hosting the Pacers in Game 1. The finals are on ESPN Radio and ABC. The reigning champion Panthers and the Oilers open the Stanley Cup Final with Game 1 tomorrow night in Edmonton. ESPN's Jeff Passan reports Yankees closer Luke Weaver is expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a sore hamstring.
Rock, America.
Guess who's back? Back again. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Hey, we're together for another hour. You lucky people. Hey, we set a record last hour. We had three, count them, 3 live callers. It's like, woo, if we're not careful, we're going to have a real show. I'm just saying. That's not our plan. It's just me and Chris hanging out and chilling. So, but if we become a real show, not much we can do about that. All right, DennyRadio Sports More brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meats.
Nobody.
Like I said, 877-909-1007. Let me check. Any texts coming in? Nope. I had a couple last hour, but there you go. Moving along. Other things to talk about. All right. So how far do you live from the expressway, Chris?
I'm like in between 23 and 475. So a drive, probably like 3 minutes.
Okay. So when I lived in West Toledo, when I moved back here in the 90s, and I lived right by 475, it was off Sylvania Avenue between Talmadge and Corey Road. Okay.
So you were right there.
Right across the street was houses, and then I rented a house, and right across the street was houses, and behind them was the turnpike or the expressway. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when I went and looked at the house, and I was with the starter wife at the time, and I said, you do realize where we're going to live in the summertime, we got our windows open. You're going to hear traffic all night long.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie, all night long. So we had that conversation. I said, it doesn't bother me because it puts me to sleep. It's not going to bother me at all. Unless they're laying on their freaking horns as they're going by, then that's a whole different deal. So I knew what I was getting myself into. I have to admit, I was a little surprised when I read this story that there's some residents that live by the turnpike that are very upset that the turnpike officials are not going to put up a sound barrier behind their neighborhood. Ohio Turnpike officials are in talks with these residents. It's in Perrysburg Township, a subdivision, about replacing a fence because a fence went down. And they're like, hey, the people live on Mandel Road. They said, hey, let's not do a fence. Hey, let's do one of those cool sound barriers because it's a little loud, the turnpike. Well, a half a dozen residents showed up at a recent trustees meeting to ask for help in pressing the turnpike representatives to listen to us. Listen. One of the most vocal was a woman named Lisa. She lives there, part of the Mandel Road neighborhood. She says the current barrier wall is ineffective. Okay. There is no barrier wall. It's a chain link fence and maybe some bushes and trees.
Yeah, that's it.
That's no barrier.
According to the picture, at least. Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you looked at the picture, you're like, yeah, that's no barrier there, Lisa. Sorry. She says it's sometimes downright dangerous. It doesn't provide a good safety barrier from the highway. There's a low area of the fence where people can and do jump over the fence. In the past year, there have been multiple instances, people who came to our front doors, they knocked and they asked for gas or for money. Yeah, that could pretty much happen anywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say anywhere. Okay.
But I mean, somebody runs out of gas on the turnpike. the next plaza, who knows where it is, you see the fences down, you're going to go over there and ask, some help. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, she says when she and her children are throwing a ball around, it can't be from more than 6 feet apart, because if you're more than that distance, nobody can hear each other because of the noise. It's incredibly noisy.
That sucks. Yeah.
It's very difficult.
The kids.
You what?
What'd you want to hear the kids while they're throwing the ball to you,
Yeah, I don't know about that. Very difficult to enjoy our yards. An Ohio Turnpike representative told her that to be eligible for a noise barrier wall, the homes in the area would have to have been constructed before 1955, which is when that stretch of the Turnpike opened. She says, well, one house is from 1950. So we got, okay, but that's not the neighborhood. When was the neighborhood put in? Okay. Anyway, a spokesman from the Ohio Turnpike and Infrastructure Commission said that they received emails, they're reviewing the property, and they're making improvements. The old fence will be fully replaced with a new 6-foot tall fence.
Okay.
Additionally, the area is being evaluated to see if vegetation could be installed. A noise wall construction is a federally funded program. The Turnpike is not classified as a federal aid highway. Therefore, according to the statement, the Turnpike Commission is not eligible to receive any form of federal highway funds earmarked for noise barriers.
Shucks.
Well, they could raise the rates. Trustee Bob Mack said the issue has been brought up before, and a noise barrier has not been done due to funding. So this is what I want to say to Lisa and everybody in her neighborhood there on Mandel Road.
It was only 6 of them.
Perrysburg Township. Is that all it was?
Yeah, half a dozen.
Chris, they can't play ball out in their yard unless they're 6 feet or closer because of the highway. It's dangerous. We have these people that their cars break down and they actually come over and they want to know if we'll help them. How dare these people? So what I want to say to Lisa and all her neighbors, you move next to a freaking highway. What do you expect? Did somebody blindfold you and you didn't notice the turnpike right across the freaking street?
They just threw a dart at the map and said, let's move there.
I'm sorry, Lisa. Don't take it personal, girl. But I have no sympathy for anybody who moves close to the turnpike and then complains about, hey, you know what we were noticing? It's really loud. It's really loud here when, we're outside, and even when we're not outside.
Those trucks, man.
Those big, yeah. So good luck to you, girl. Plant a bush, vegetation.
Yeah, plant some trees.
There you go.
Help the world.
All right, Low Dojo Superfan sent a text. I got some plywood and about 50 egg cartons that lady could use to make a soundproof wall, at least in her backyard. Low Dojo, love it, dude. That's funny. Yeah, I didn't want to come down too hard on her, but
no, I get it, but I mean,
she's got to have somebody. There. You moved there. It's not like it was a federal witness protection program, and this is where we're putting you. Yeah. No, you willingly move there, and then you're gonna, it's like people that come here from other countries and trying to force us to adopt their cultures.
Yeah.
Okay, no, never mind. I'm not going down that road.
I mean, no, to an extent. I mean, we all draw. That's a little different, but still, it's
bull crap. You move next to the turnpike, it's going to be loud. So I have no sympathy for you, girl. I just don't.
They should get a pickleball court.
What's that?
Get a pickleball court if solves everything.
There you go. You don't want to hear anybody that way. All right, let's talk Tigers.
Eat him up, Tigers. Eat him up. 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 Let's eat him up.
They pounded the White Sox last night. Their 40th win. On the road, Kerry Carpenter hit a career-high 3 homers, drove in 5 runs. The Tigers just pounded the lowly Chicago White Sox. 13-1 last night. Dylan Dingler That dude, what a name, first off. I love his name. And he's a beast. And even though I can't remember, he's taking a job over at catcher for, what's his name? The guy with the awesome mustache. What's his name? He's got the sweet mustache, the Tigers catcher. But Dingler, it's his now. He's a starter. Anyway, him and Wenzel Perez also went deep. The Tigers became the first major league team to reach 40 wins this season. Parker Meadows, who was playing for the Walleyes for the Mud Hens just the other day, he got called back up. He had 2 hits, scored 3 times in his season debut after being sidelined by an arm injury. He also made an incredible catch. Jack Flattery. Rogers, that's it. I love him. I love Rogers.
I'm like, who am I thinking of? Yeah, Mr. Rogers.
That's him. Anyway, Flattery's 4-6, pitched 6 innings, 1-run ball in his second straight win. The Tigers improved to 22-9 in their last 31 games. Except they lost 3 or 4 to Cleveland. That bothered.
Yeah. The Cleveland series and the Dodgers series was the only time where it was like, this doesn't look like a championship team, but it's early.
It is early. It was their 11th consecutive win at the White Sox, dating back to September 1st, 2023. That's matching a franchise record for the longest such streak in an opponent's ballpark. Chicago finished with 5 hits in their 7th loss out of 8 games. They play again tonight at 7:40. So there you go. You have something to watch tonight, sports-wise. That's all that's on, dude.
I was gonna say, there's not a ton to watch tonight.
Unless you want to go to TLC and watch my 1,000-pound roommate.
I'm okay.
It's a real show.
I believe it. They have a lot of the Guardians Yankees. I might turn that one on.
I'm definitely going to turn that one on, dude. Yeah, I was doing my show prep today, and I always check out what's on TV tonight. Just see if there's something on. Well, AGT is on. They got auditions. And then there's, let's see, the preview of 1,000-pound roomies on TLC. That's at 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they both weigh, I don't think they both weigh 1,000 pounds, but
they're probably like 500 each.
Yeah. Together they're there. And I'm like, I started watching the trailer and I'm like, nah.
I feel bad for the car.
That's not for me. Really? You feel bad for the car. You have to get a truck.
That suspension is tired, man.
Yeah, you're kidding me. Anyway. Dude, don't be mean.
No, not at all. I do feel bad for the car, honestly, truly.
Okay.
And I hope that they are able to help them and not just exploit them for ratings.
That's what they're doing.
Allegedly.
That's what they're gonna do, dude.
Allegedly.
And they're probably gonna jazz it up because then they're okay, never mind. Then I was gonna say they have some kind of love relationship. Whatever. All right, so Cleveland was off last night, like you mentioned. They're opening a 3-game series in New York, taking on the Skankies. Here's the good news: is you can go back and forth. 7:05. They're on TBS and True TV, so you can pick your one. Pick whatever you want to watch. So you can start watching them at 7 o'clock. And my wife has a girls' dinner tonight, so I get the whole TV. I get the TV. Well, I do anyway, but so it'll be nice. So after the show, I'm going down to Perrysburg. I'm getting my back cracked from Dr. Mark.
Okay.
Yep, going to the chiropractor, getting all loosened up and limbered for Friday.
Any golf this week? Are we golfing?
I played Monday. I played yesterday. I shot 79. It was okay. I was struggling with the putter, but I've been invited to play again Wednesday. I don't think I'm playing only because I told them, I'm out Wednesday. They're like, well, we're still going to play. I'm like, okay, fine.
You got to put the blinders on now, man. It's showtime.
Dude, I got to get focused. I got to practice. I'm working on some new stuff that I'm doing, and I got to, make the changes to my set list because my daughter says some of the music sucks. So I'm kind of busy, but then
I would start off with Double Dutch Bus. Like as soon as she gets there. You know
what I might do? Do you have Mr. Roboto in MP3?
I can get it for you.
Can you email it to me? Because what I could do is throughout the night, just drop in that beginning, Mr. Roboto, no, you know what I mean?
I got you.
And then that's it. That's all I give her, and do it all night just to torture the crap out of her.
Do you want the full song or?
Yeah, give me the full song.
All right, I got you.
I can screw with her.
Let me put that on my sticky notes.
All right, email me that, Delio. Anyway, so that'll be fun seeing. Hopefully, Cleveland beat New York, and then the Brewers extended their winning streak to 8 games. They beat the Reds 3-2 Monday night. The Hens were off last night, but they start a series tonight in Columbus. 7:05. I wish those games were on BCSN because I'd watch them. They only do that for the playoffs because it's expensive for a TV broadcast when you're on the road. This has got to cost Buckeye a buttload of money for the Walleye. I wonder if the sponsorship covers all that.
I was gonna say they should. I mean, they're a playoff team, so you should kind of expect it. But
well, the Walleye always in the playoffs, so they're used to it. But man, so BCSN has to drive their truck, I assume, all the way up there, get everything set up, probably permits and all kind of other garbage.
I feel like someone should have left like Monday. What's today? Yeah, yesterday.
They probably did because
Yeah.
they knew they were going. Do you know anybody at BCSN?
Yes and no.
I would like to get somebody on. Can you shoot him an email?
I know Councilman Hobbs.
Okay, what is that? I don't know what the councilman.
John Hobbs. He does like basketball coverage for him.
I would like to talk to somebody from the production team that
I
produces
don't know any
TV
of,
shows.
Yeah, the movers and shakers.
No, just somebody. I'm fascinated by how this all comes together, how they're going to pull this off by going up there to Canada.
I feel like Jordan knows. Maybe
I don't
that's
know.
like trade secrets.
Well, he hasn't responded to my.
He's busy, man. We might get him tomorrow, possibly.
How do you know?
I just got a feeling. He's usually like,
I just said, let me know if you have any time when you're there because Toledo needs to hear from you on this radio show. Wacky face emoji. He hasn't responded to that. Of course, he just got there. He's probably in the bar.
He's probably checking in and, unpacking his bag.
Yeah. He's a good dude. All right. Let me ask you a question, and I'll just give you the question, and then we'll come back and answer it because we'll get to our first break. And my wife just sent me a text. Hey, I'm taking a nap.
Oh, you're too loud.
Well, she's taking a nap in the front bedroom, which is right up the steps from me. Why wouldn't you go in the back bedroom? I never question a woman. This is something you need to know, dude. You're less than 30 days.
Yeah. Last premarital counseling tonight.
All right. What's tonight's flavor?
Money and never say the D word.
Okay. That's good. That's good. In my relationship, that was a short one. Sharon and I make all the money and she spends it. There you go. Anywho, all right, so let's just move off that. Saquon Barkley is on Madden 26 cover.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
my question is that still the curse? So we'll come back and we'll break that down and work it out. We'll talk a little football stuff. Football, the ESPN Football Power Index.
Very excited about that.
Are you? Yeah, me too. So we'll come back to that and some other stuff. So you can weigh into 877-909-1007. And it's DennyRadio Sports More live on 100.7 The Ticket.
I thought he retired. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
3 minutes.
Everyone, it's AJ from St. Mary's Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats does and cares. With all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in, we care about our quality. We're located just west of Secord Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, we're killing it and you're grilling it.
At Patriot Hills Golf Course, every swing honors a hero. Patriot Hills is more than just a championship-level course. It's a tribute to the fallen service members who gave everything in the War on Terror. When you walk these fairways, you're not just chasing par, you're walking in their memory, inspiring elevations and small, challenging greens. Whether you're here to test your game or pay quiet tribute, this is where the memory lives on. Championship Challenge, Heroic Purpose, Patriot Hills Golf Course, Route 28 towards Montpelier.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Most people already know about the Polish Sausage's delicious food specials, happy
emailing
hour
it to
and
you now.
power hour. And never forget about all of our eventful nights. Now
I
we're
said I'm
introducing
emailing
the
it
Polish
to you now,
Sausage's
too.
Ladies' Nights,
We got
a.k.a.
some breaking
Wild
news.
Women Wednesdays. Ladies will have discounted drinks all night. $6 beer bucket specials for everyone. Food specials, and of course, one of our house DJs from 9:30 to 1:30 every Wednesday all summer long. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram. What are you waiting for? The Polish Ostrich, 944 Phillips Avenue, Toledo.
What's up, Buckeye Nation? This is Will Howard, former quarterback at The Ohio State University. Come join me and All-American captain Jack Sawyer as we relive our road to the national championship and look ahead to our next steps together with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
See Will Howard and Jack Sawyer on June 23rd at the Stranahan Theater. To order tickets, visit StranahanTheater.com. Come see these Buckeye legends and celebrate Ohio State's national championship. Get your tickets today to an evening with Will Howard and Jack Sawyer at StranahanTheater.com.
Denny Schaefer.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
He's an idiot.
DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, party people. What do we got? Another 39 minutes of Denny Radio Sports and More. And if you're watching us on our Facebook page, we appreciate that. And so does Bakery Unlimited. They're our sponsor. BakeryUnlimited.com is the website for yummy goodness. And they're just amazing, man. You go in there, they're good people too. They're in Secor Road, just north of the Toledo Clinic, and they're also in Sylvania, Saxon Square Plaza. And by the way, you people in Sylvania, you don't have to drive over to Secor. The same stuff is at Saxon Square Plaza. And yet people will drive all over. Yeah, I came over here. Well, you drove right by and that's fine. All right, we were going to talk about Madden 26 cover, but we have this.
We got some breaking news.
It's not only breaking, it's kind of stunning news.
Yeah.
In a shocking turn of events, the New York Knicks have fired Coach Tom Thibodeau. According to ESPN, they're relieving Tom Thibodeau of his duties as head coach. Thibodeau led the Knicks to their first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. They made the playoffs in 4 or 5 years, and they led the Knicks to consecutive 50-plus win seasons for the first time since the 1990s. Okay, this makes no sense to me. He has been the most successful Knicks coach in the last 20 years, and you fire him?
Yeah. I was surprised when I ran to go grab some tissue, blow my nose, and Eric's like, "Have you checked your phone?" I said, "No." He's like, "Yeah, you got Tibbs fired." I was like, "You're lying." Then I went and checked it out. I said, "Oh wow."
Eric Chase gave you that little
man.
Did he? Look at Chase helping out. He's a cumulus, just all-star, helping out every show.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The Knicks are singularly focused on their pursuit of a championship and believe a new voice will serve as the focus of the organization's next step, sources said. After 5 seasons with the Knicks, Thibodeau is out.
I'm not against it.
I'm against it.
I think Tibbs is a great culture setter, but the way he coaches, you cannot win a championship. He never went to the bench. I think he'd make a great assistant coach. I mean, most head coaches don't become assistant coaches or a GM, but his focus on defense, excellent. But his game management skills as a head coach, you got to get over the hump. And
How about this? How about this? Let me just throw this out here, and I'm just throwing this out here, because I'm a wild man in my thoughts. How about Cat and some of these other players? How about they just play better? How about Cat stops taking stupid fouls?
I agree. I agree.
Why would you sign a guy last year to a 3-year extension and then turn right around and fire him before a year of that extension? Why?
When your players are averaging 38 plus minutes all regular season, and then you get to the playoffs and they look tired against a Pacers team, they struggle against the Pistons.
They struggle against the Pistons because the Pistons are an up-and-coming good team.
Yeah. They beat the Celtics. They beat a battered Celtics team who they probably should have lost to.
Yeah, listen, I don't give a rip because I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm really
Me either.
not.
I just thought that was pretty shocking.
Oh, dude, that is just really surprising.
Yeah.
So we'll see who they're gonna starting tomorrow. Well, I know what to be talking about tomorrow on First Take.
Oh, for sure.
Right there it is. All right, there you go. There's your breaking news. All right, Saquon Barkley is on Madden 26. It's kind of a big deal. After the insane numbers that he put up last season with the Eagles, it wasn't at all a shock to see Saquon gracing the cover of Madden 26. The cover specifically pays tribute to the amazing reverse hurdle jump Barkley performed over the head of a Jacksonville Jaguar defender in Week 9 of last year. Yeah, that's like butt fumble. The guy who he jumped over backwards, the back hurdle.
Yeah,
that dude's never living that down ever.
Yeah, that was probably the sweetest play I've ever seen.
It's got to be right up there.
It's up there. It might not be number 1, but it's up there.
Oh, it's definitely up there. In the EA Sports hype video, Barkley says that it all goes back to being a kid playing video games and asking, why can't I do this in real life? So my question is this, because in the past, it wasn't a good thing to be on the cover of Madden. A lot of players suffered, and they called it the curse. So I went to the internets and I asked this, does the Madden curse exist? Well, according to the internet, while the Madden curse has claimed its fair share of victims, there have been instances where players have managed to defy the jinx and thrive in the seasons following their cover appearances. And they give, and this hurts, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Who was so sick of the Lions organization, like Barry Sanders, walked away in his prime, said, smell you later. I got my money. You people are morons. You're never going to win squat. Calvin Johnson, for example, had one of the best seasons of his career in 2012, the year he graced the Madden cover. Now, here's something I looked. What about a running back curse? Well, apparently there's been some running backs that have been on the cover and they had some bad luck, usually from a form of an injury or regression in performance. All right, Saquon is still pretty young. I don't see that happening. But if he gets hurt this year,
it's definitely the curse.
It's the curse. It's the Madden curse, the Madden cover curse. Do you play Madden?
Not as much as I used to, just because the gameplay has kind of been stagnant, but every now and then. I'm more of an NCAA guy now.
I like the plastic vibrating men on the field.
Have you ever played Madden? That's the real question.
No, I've never played Madden. Madden is like way past. I wouldn't even attempt how to do it. I mean, I don't know.
Like
do you have controllers? Do you have controllers, or you just program everything in?
Controllers. You can We should play a game. I'm gonna play a game of Madden with you, Denny.
Well, I have to come over to your place because I don't have Madden.
We can play it in the studio if you want. In the conference room.
Dude, I don't come to the station unless I have a remote. We're gonna play it for 10 minutes when I'm breezing through on Thursday.
Well, pop on by the house, the condo, and we'll have a nice.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're going to be getting married here in, what's the countdown? How many days?
We are 25 days away.
You're getting married on the 28th.
Yeah.
So you're 25 days away from saying I do to the woman of your dream, the woman of your life. 20 and today, what did you say? You have you've got counseling tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you because I've been married. Well, I was married for 5 years with my starter wife. And then married now. It'll be June 9th. It'll be 25 years married to Sharon. Let me just give you something that you don't know. All right. Here it is. You don't invite anybody over to the house after you get married unless you run it by the boss. And that's Kay.
You got to do it when the boss isn't there.
Oh, so you got to sneak around.
Yeah.
With your friends.
Yeah.
You're a grown-ass man. Do I need to remind you that you're a grown-ass man?
Yeah, I don't have those problems, though. She's pretty chill, honestly.
I know. Dude, Sharon thought I was the funniest guy on the planet when we dated, okay? She loved all my friends and, all of that when we dated. Something happens
Yeah.
when you get married.
But she likes to host. I'm the one who's like, no, I don't like people coming over. That's more me.
All right, dude. You're in for it, so good luck to you.
Some of my favorite Madden curse athletes.
Yeah.
Michael Vick, the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he got hurt. Who else?
Did he go to prison for the dog thing?
Oh, for sure. I think he did like a year.
Did he?
Yeah. OBJ, but I don't know if that wasn't necessarily Madden, but his career kind of went down. Now, the last couple of people on the cover, they've been fine. You got Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. So,
yeah.
I
What
think
about
the
running
curse
backs?
well, Adrian Peterson injury.
Oh, yeah.
Barry Sanders, but he was already retired by then. Marshall Faulk, I remember that. That was the first Madden I ever bought. He kind of sucked after that. And Eddie George, but he didn't have like a bad year. He just sucked in the playoffs that year. So,
by the way, how close are we getting to Eddie on the show since he's now coaching your alma mater? You working?
He has this thing going on where he's only really talking to like BCSN. I'm not feeling that, so I gotta figure out something. Yeah, not a fan.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll make some phone calls.
Okay, please do. All right, and if you call BCSN, ask them we get somebody on and talk about the cost and I'm just fascinated by that of what it takes to pull off the walleye hockey games up in
On the road,
up in Quebec.
Couple thousand at least.
Oh, dude, it's more than that.
Yeah,
dude, just driving one of those trucks out there.
Yeah,
gas alone is
You
going
gotta
to be
fill
a
up
couple
probably
thousand.
3 times. Yeah.
It's going to be a couple thousand, dude. It's 11 hours. It's crazy. All right, we have to break, come back. ESPN's Football Power Index, and then, of course, our crossovers that are becoming famous with Andre of the Savages and Black and White Sports. All that coming your way in the final 27 minutes. DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Sports, pop culture, and anything that pops into his warped mind. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hi, I'm Abigail Mann.
And I'm Jeff Mann, and we'd like to welcome you and invite you to Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
I love helping couples find the perfect engagement ring. One of the values that I bring as a graduate gemologist is expertise. Finding that perfect engagement ring for that perfect someone is a one-of-a-kind moment.
We have beautiful breathtaking, amazingly unique styles to choose from, items that you will not find anywhere else in the area.
No matter what you're looking for, we have the perfect man-made diamond waiting here for you.
You know you want to give her the biggest and the best quality diamonds you can. With man-made diamonds, we make dreams come true.
Man-made diamonds are 100% real diamonds. Man-made diamonds are available exclusively at Jeffrey Man Fine Jewelers.
Jeffrey Man Fine Jewelers, 5247 Monroe Street in Toledo. JeffreyManFineJewelers.com.
Renewal by Anderson is celebrating Dad this month. We don't mean goofy socks, a lame necktie, or dad jokes. Renewal by Anderson is offering buy one window, get one 40% off. And that's no joke. Renewal by Anderson. Anderson Window Muscle, Local 419 Hustle. Book your consultation at renewalbyanderson.com. Renewal by Anderson. 30 years of craft, care, and gratitude.
The service department at Dunn Chevy has it all. Tires, batteries, brakes, wipers, filters, and GM Dexos oil changes starting at $59.95. Schedule your appointment at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
In life, there are always going to be bumps and cracks in the road, and sometimes you need help to smooth out those bumps and cracks. Well, if those bumps and cracks are on your driveway or your business's parking lot, then your solution is to call the paving pros at the Genite Company. The locally family-owned Genite Company has been the area's leader in professionally paving driveways and parking lots for over 80 years. Call the Genite Company at 419-531-1791 and, like your neighbors, get those driveway and parking lot bumps and cracks taken care of by the paving pros at the Genite Company.
Get ready, race fans. There's high-speed open wheel action in Toledo Speedway this Saturday, June 7th. Don't miss the All-American Coach Open Wheel Special featuring the 500 Sprint Car Tour and the Wild Midwest Modifieds. Get your tickets now at ToledoSpeedway.com.
His Store and More wants to remind you Father's Day is going to be here June 15th. Now, what are you going to do for the guy that gave you so much? Good old dad sacrificed and supported you when you were younger. He's still doing it now. Okay, he might have missed a couple of ball games, but he was always your biggest cheerleader. Dad played catch with you, taught you how to ride a bike, taught you how to drive your first car, gave you money without mom knowing about it, and had your back every step of the way. Your dad is special. Shouldn't a gift you give him on Father's Day be special? His Store and More has it all in one store. It's the Man and Dad Superstore. Stop by His Store and More and pick up good old Dad the perfect gift that tells him thanks for being the best dad in the world. So what are you waiting for? Head over to His Store and More, the Man Superstore today. You can always check him out on Facebook or hisstoreandmore.com. Located just past the Michigan line at 7325 Lewis Avenue next to Smokehouse 734 in Temperance, Michigan. Happy Father's Day, Dad, from His Store and More.
ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, no incidents, accidents, or unusual slowdowns to pass along at this time. If you see anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Your Toledo home for Bowling Green football is right here on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Danny Schaefer.
Maybe you're an extraterrestrial, escaped from a government facility.
He's an idiot.
DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Thank you for putting up with our antics once again. DennyRadio Sports and More, 877-909-1007 if you want to play along. And, you know, we got one full segment here, and then we chatted up with Andre here. So get busy, people. All right, ESPN put out their football power index last week for the coming season. And, gosh, shocker, Philadelphia Eagles lead by the narrowest of margins over the Kansas City Chiefs when it comes to which team will be Super Bowl champions. Rounding out the big five, or the top five, rather, Baltimore Ravens, the Detroit Lions, and the Buffalo Bills. All right, break that down. Philly first, then KC, then you got the Baltimore Ravens, then the Lions, Buffalo Bills 5. Do you agree with that, or is there somebody not in that order, Chris Hollywood?
I don't like the order, but I like the teams. I don't think there will be anybody else who's like a surprising shocker.
Are those the top five teams in your opinion? What about Washington? What about the Commandos?
I think we got some film on Daniels now. He got a weapon. Debo is a little overrated to me. They'll be okay. They'll be decent, but I don't think they're better than Philly. I don't think they're better than the Lions. So
Well, they sure were in the playoffs last year because that was ugly.
yeah, that was 50% of a team, man. And with the offensive coordinator ready to take a trip to Chicago. So
Yeah, that's true too. All right, on the other end of the spectrum, the worst, that would be, well, your Cleveland Browns. The FBI say they have a 14% chance of nabbing the first pick in the 2026 NFL draft.
not with Shador starting, man. That's a 15-win team right there.
I tell you what, I would love this Shador if he started. Dude, that would be awesome. But he's not going to start.
He will. He'll play.
Listen, there's no guarantees he's going to make the team. Oh, yeah, he's going to make the team. There's no way he's not going to make the team.
A lot of free money if he makes the team. Those jerseys are gonna sell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who's gonna play Dylan Gabriel?
Never know. He got drafted higher than Shador.
That was politics, man. All politics, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, the rest of the bottom, the Titans and Giants.
Yeah. I can see that because the Giants, they only got two options: Jackson Dart or Russell Wilson.
Russ gonna cook this year, baby. You watch. He's gonna get comeback player of the year. You watch.
Yeah, he's gonna come on back to the coach and sit on the bench. That's where he should be.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. College football power index. You ready?
Who you got?
Well, you just sent me this, so let me see where we're at. They just did this, and let's see. Let's begin. Texas Longhorns.
Yep.
Georgia Bulldogs. Ohio State Buckeyes third. So Texas, according to teams ranked by the 2025 FPI, here's the national championship odds. Texas is 1, Georgia's 2, Ohio State is 3rd, Alabama is 4, Penn State 5, Oregon 6, Clemson, Miami Hurricanes, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Texas A&M, LSU at 12, Ole Miss at 13, Auburn at 14, Michigan at 15. I tell you what, if Michigan was 15, wouldn't they be in the 16 playoff?
Well,
I think Michigan's a year away.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a freshman. I mean, even if they win 10 games, maybe, but it has to be a couple of the big games. I like Oregon this year. I like Ohio State and Georgia. I think Texas is a little overrated. I want to see what Bama does, and I don't know how to feel about Notre Dame yet, but Michigan will have to have a great season, and we're going to learn a lot about Ohio State and Texas with that big game. So I'm excited about that one. I hated that we had to play Texas.
The SEC dominates. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the top 20 are SEC teams.
Yeah, but that's cannibalism. They'll beat each other up.
Right. Big Ten, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. The power schools.
Yeah.
I want to see what that coach at Indiana does. I like him though.
Which coach are we talking?
Their football coach. The guy who came up from, what was it, James Madison or something? He coached last year.
Man,
Indiana had a good year. I was surprised.
Indiana.
Yeah.
So we're going to be, listen, I know we're going to be talking a lot of football in the fall. Are you telling me we're going to be talking about freaking Indiana?
Yeah, I think, how many games did they win last year?
I have no idea.
I want to say 10.
Siri, who's the head football coach at Indiana University?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia.
Kurt Signetti.
Yeah, they went 11-2 last year. Man.
Oh yeah. Now that I see his face, I'm like, oh okay, yeah, they were like a Cinderella. Remember they were, they were in the game with Ohio State, and that was like this big huge game with Indiana, Ohio State, and all of a sudden the game started, and then it wasn't a big game.
It was a blowout. Yeah,
I don't know. Because Indiana's like, holy crap, what are we doing here? We're a basketball school.
Yeah, it got ugly. And then they didn't do well against Notre Dame, but
right,
I can see the vision. So I'm excited about the new Big Ten. I want to see if USC can rebuild. I think Washington probably will suck forever, but we'll see.
I care about one team and one team only, and that's the Mason Blue.
Blue. I gotta care about Michigan State now. My nephew's going there. So
where?
Michigan State.
Sparty?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I root for Sparty a little bit only because I don't know, but
it's family. It's family. I have to.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah. Never against Michigan, but I told him that.
There you go. Got to live with that hard truth, kid. All right, let's break. Come back. Andre of the Savages, and then we're out of here, people. Denny Radio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
No rules on this show. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
A safe home starts with a strong roof. At Shelgo Roofing, we don't just build roofs. We build peace of mind for you and your loved ones. Our team makes the process simple and stress-free. Protection you can see, trust you can feel, happy family, happy kids, and a roof you can always count on. That's our promise to you. Shelgo Roofing, always professional.
Call 419-691-9641.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat. Now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza. Get ready, race fans. There's high-speed, open-wheel action in Toledo Speedway this Saturday, June 7th. Don't miss the All-American Coach Open Wheel Special, featuring the 500 Sprint Car Tour and the Wild Midwest Modifieds. Get your tickets now at ToledoSpeedway.com.
The need for aerospace technicians is on the rise. If you're looking for an exciting technical career that can offer exceptional wages and job security at a fraction of the cost of a 4-year college program, then consider the Federal Aerospace Institute, an FAA-certified aircraft maintenance technician school located at the Eugene F. Grant's Toledo Express Airport. FAI will prepare you for a new and rewarding career path in the aerospace industry. In just 12 short months, you can earn your FAA certification as a licensed aircraft maintenance technician that can open the door to thousands of employment opportunities nationwide, and many companies offering immediate employment, sign-on bonuses, travel opportunities, advancements, and more. Ask us about our newly formed partnership with Owens Community College and the cost-effective way to obtain a 2-year Associate of Technical Studies degree. Full classes are forming now, and class sizes are limited. Finance options are available for students and qualified military veterans. Visit us at federalaerospaceinstitute.com or give us a call to schedule your no-obligation tour. FAI, where futures take off.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
Most people already know about the Polish Ostrich's delicious food specials, happy hour and power hour. And never forget about all of our eventful nights. Now we're introducing the Polish Ostrich's Ladies' Nights, a.k.a. Wild Women Wednesdays. Ladies will have discounted drinks all night, $6 beer bucket specials for everyone, food specials, and of course, one of our house DJs from 9:30 to 1:30 every Wednesday all summer long. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram. What are you waiting for? The Polish Ostrich, 944 Phillips Avenue, Toledo.
Get ready, Toledo! Big Blown Monster Trucks will invade the Toledo Speedway with 2 big shows on June 14th. Monster Trucks and FMX Motocross, plus all new family affordable prices. Limited kids tickets only $10 while they last. Adult GA tickets under $20. VIP tickets include a pit party pass and the best seat. Get tickets at MonsterXTour.com or get them late at the gate. No ticket fees. Ride in a real monster truck at the Monster X Tour. 2 big shows on June 14th at the Toledo Speedway.
His Store and More wants to remind you Father's Day is going to be here June 15th. Now, what are you going to do for the guy that gave you so much? Good old dad sacrificed and supported you when you were younger. He's still doing it now. Okay, he might have missed a couple of ball games, but he was always your biggest cheerleader. Dad played catch with you, taught you how to ride a bike, taught you how to drive your first car, gave you money without mom knowing about it, and had your back every step of the way. Your dad is special. Shouldn't a gift you give him on Father's Day be special? His Store and More has it all in one store. It's the Man and Dad Superstore. Stop by His Store and More and pick up good old dad the perfect gift that tells him thanks for being the best dad in the world. So what are you waiting for? Head over to His Store and More, the Man Superstore today. You can always check him out on Facebook or hisstoreandmore.com. Located just past the Michigan line at 7325 Lewis Avenue next to Smokehouse 734 in Temperance, Michigan. Happy Father's Day, Dad, from His Store and More.
Danny Schaefer.
You are just a big, tall pile of blah.
He's an idiot.
DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Oh, yeah, we're celebrating because we're about to get the heck out of here, man. So thank you to our sponsors, of course, St. Mary's Meats. They're awesome. And Bakery Unlimited for sponsoring our Facebook Live. All right, we're about ready to hand it off. The next couple hours, you have no reason to leave because we have Black and White Sports, Andre of the Savages.
Yes, they do.
Andre, to the show. All right, I'm watching you two clowns in the studio. What the heck was just going on? What were you guys doing?
Oh, it's always lovely in here. No, I'm saying, but first of all, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Probably have reason to get out of here. Escape now while you can.
Yeah, I'm having headphone issues.
You're having headphones issues?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Me too. Yeah, me too, Chris. That's what I was
Equipment
saying.
issues and Cumulus? That's a shocker.
Yeah, I think we got it, Chris. Hold on. Are you?
Yeah, we good. I'm good.
Can hear?
State-of-the-art studio right there. You guys are in there.
Absolutely.
So
Cutting edge.
So today was it was a kind of a slow sports day in our world until we saw that the Knicks did something that neither Chris and I saw, that Tibbs is getting blown out. You got any thoughts on that, Andre?
I mean, it's unfortunate that this is what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's weird for me and what I find myself perplexed in having to say here after 4:00 is like, yes, it's weird because I understand. I really do. I can see why management might say, let's go in a different direction for this group of guys. We feel solid. Maybe he does not reach them properly. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like there's a media involvement, and not just in Tibbs' case, but like a lot of cases for coaches, because they get these narratives going, and because of the pressure publicly and the way people talk about you, social media, etc. I think it affects things. And I think some of that is with Tibbs. I think some of it is questionable, maybe decision making during these series. But nonetheless, I got you here. I've been a winning coach since I showed up every year, you know, postseason contention, what have you. And now I'm on the precipice of a final, and you tell me I can take my walking papers, and that's public pressure, I think. But like I said, Denny, I get it, but I just wish it wasn't like that, because we're away from the developmental space that like guys like you and myself know. When we used to see the team build and we used to take the lumps, you know, and take the journey and fall down and get up, but we didn't go switching people. And that's why, you know, we cried in the tears when we got the crown. So I don't know. I don't know how to speak on it, but I get why they did it. I just wish they didn't necessarily have to do that.
And who's the replacement? Like, who's the guy?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, where are they going to go to?
Right. Where are they going to go? Who they bringing in? I mean, he's been the most successful Knicks coach in probably the last 20, 25 years.
It's
and
right.
It's like, you got this close, and then you're going to bounce him after you just gave him a 3-year extension, not even a year ago.
Yeah, I like I said, I wish they hadn't done it. I feel like it speaks to the culture to some degree, because people want an answer. So they're saying, you know, Coach Tibbs is going to be the fall guy this year because we can't blame Brunson. We can't even go Towns as much as I like to poke fun at Towns. For the most part, Towns came through. You know what I mean?
Good.
The roster is solid. We like it, what have you. So they say, you know what, coach, we'll get another voice in here. But like you said, what Chris is saying, who exactly is that voice? Now, if you tell me somehow Mark Jackson is in some kind of consideration because we finally want to let off the doggone cloud from this man and respect him and give him another opportunity, because for those of you who aren't aware, Mark Jackson, not only being a basketball savant in his own career, but he's the builder of the Golden State Warriors that you all have come to love and respect, that Steve Kerr took over, and we, respected Coach Kerr. But
so why hasn't he been given another chance? Is it because he just likes announcing and he doesn't want to deal with it? How come Jackson hasn't been, named a coach somewhere else?
Denny, they don't talk about it, man, but he's a strong proponent for his Lord and Savior, and he's a Jesus Christ man out in the open. And he's even done it a time or two on the air, not over the top or overzealously, but again, he's not a guy who's shy about backing off it. Now, he's not, he's not a stormtrooper and disruptor, because some people, we all believe how we believe, and you know how that can be. But I'm saying Mark Jackson, it has not served him well because he's a vocal guy, and I'm not saying that's it.
So he he talks about his faith and about Jesus, and I would think that, hey, if this guy is got the ear of the Lord and Savior, we need to hire this guy because our team is going to be anointed to win the championship.
It helped Ohio State,
but
yeah.
But that's unfortunate. Whatever reason, Mark Jackson should be a coach in the NBA. Yeah. At the end of the day, there's nothing, you know what I'm saying, that should prohibit this man, being the head of a ball club. So, like I said, I wish I had the real answer. Hey, by the way, too, because I know we're going to wrap and get out of here. If I may, let me just thank you. And I know you didn't see it coming. We didn't plan it. It's not in the rehearsal. But I appreciate you. And I appreciate your time today. You know what I mean? Because you gave me some things to consider and a certain reevaluation. And so for that, I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank you. You know what I mean?
Thank you. No, I enjoyed our conversation. And I think the most important time for both of us is going to be this fall during football season. I think we really have a chance to do some really cool stuff. But as far as you listening to me and any kind of advice, dude, I am so phoning it in right now. I am on the edge of just giving up. So I don't know if you want to take what I said, literally.
No, you're right on point. No, sir. No, that was legendary. That was mentorship. And again, I understand you and I appreciate and respect you for it. But no, sir. Your words of wisdom is what they were, and they were not wasted on me. So let me just say that. Oh, and also too, can I get a spot? I don't know if you remember this Motown 25 moment. Michael Jackson wouldn't have been there if Barry Gordy hadn't assured him he could get a spot. Although I definitely appreciate, the welcome to the party. I was wondering if you knew I was a real incredible MC. I'm really good with the people. I was wondering if somehow I could get like a 2-3 minute section somehow so I could get with the folks. It's going to be a real situation. Energy. I'm electricity, Denny, at the party.
For my disco party?
Yeah, at the party. I'm crazy. Give me a good section of songs. I'm out of here. I'm crazy.
Okay, so let me just give you some more advice. When you host a party, you never, ever relinquish the microphone.
I knew it. I had to check it. I want to see. I already know. I knew it. I knew what it was.
You get a if you talk to anybody on stage, you never let them hold the mic.
Hey, I know. Yes, sir.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
It's the hammer. That's what. And speaking of Barry Gordy, that's what he told Michael. Hey, Denny, that's so crazy. I had a situation. The guy tried that. Hey, you remember the boys that Puffy had day 26? I was interviewing him, and that fool tried to get the mic. I damn near killed that kid.
Yeah, you never let go of the mic. All right,
No,
you boys.
sir, I got you. Respect due. Respect due.
All right, you guys have a fun show, and we'll be tuning by as I'm driving down to Perrysburg to get my back cracked. I'm getting an adjustment today, and then Thursday I'm taking a float from True West Float Spot because I got to get this old man body ready for Friday night. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, Schaefer.
I'm out of here. Nice job, Hollywood. Appreciate it. Until next time, this is Denny Schaefer saying, do what you love is freedom. Loving what you do, that's happiness. Keep dreaming and love the one who loves you most. See ya, Toledo.